The next chapter is chapter 2, A Tent with Hiccups. So just to kind of refresh our memories on what we read yesterday, Jigsaw was going camping with a whole bunch of people. I think they said there was like 23 kids that were going, and they were carpooling with a different family. And right at the end of the chapter, he was thinking that his mom was probably excited to get them out of the house. Okay? Oh, and he also talked about how he was happy to not be a detective for a while. But I think what the author wants us to suspect is that he's going to have to do some detective work, even though he's camping. All right, we got into the campground right on time. That is, if your idea of right on time includes a flat tire and getting lost in the middle of nowhere. That's the place right after my dad says, I know a little shortcut. It's a few miles past. I don't need a map. Naturally, we were the last to arrive at the campground. After another hour, we finished setting up. I was going to share a tent with Ralphie and Joey. My brothers had their own tent. So Ralphie and Joey must be neighbors or friends. I honestly have only been camping like one time in my life. I think as I get older with Lena, I'd like to go camping more. But I guess it takes a long time to set up your tent and stuff, huh? Those of you who have been camping before, make a connection. That's when I noticed the tent beside us. It wasn't a tent exactly. It was more like a crumpled up lump on the ground. I looked closer and it was moving. Let me see. That must be their tent. And muttering. Oof, ouch, hiccup. What the hiccup? Well, I'm trapped. Get me out of this thing. Joy pointed. I think it's alive. Oh, this thing. This is what they're digging in. Is it an animal? And it's got the hiccups, Ralphie noted. I poked it with a stick. Anybody in there? A voice answered. Yes, it's me. String Bean. Hiccup. I've been trapped in here for hours. String Bean Noonan, I thought. That was a surprise. I didn't expect to see him here. String Bean's real name is Jasper, and he wasn't the outdoor type. Hold on, let me find the zipper, Ralphie said. He fumbled around for a moment, then zip. Oh my goodness, so there's a real person in there. And he said he was in there for an hour. That's funny. In a moment, Jasper crawled out, red-faced and sweaty. He kicked the heavy nylon tent. That thing nearly ate me. We all laughed. Joey discovered that String Bean had forgotten one very important thing, the tent poles. String Bean shrugged. Don't look at me, he replied. I don't know anything about camping. I wouldn't even be here if my dad didn't make me come. So where's String Bean? Oh, right here. I wonder if he's called String Bean because he's nice and tall. I'd rather be eating cheese puffs than watching Nickelodeon. String Bean Noonan was the kind of kid who was afraid of his own shadow. He was afraid of bees, thunder, horses, lightning, and heights. Now he could add something else to his list. Tents. The poor guy was afraid of tents. Well, that's funny. This chapter was all about just introducing that new character. Isn't that interesting? It took him a whole chapter, even though it was kind of short, to introduce us to String Bean. That was kind of neat. All right, chapter tomorrow is to build a fire. Ooh, that's when the fun stuff comes in. You get to roast marshmallows and eat food over the fire. This is going to be a fun book.